So I was just getting some stuff packed up to ship out here and wanted to show you guys quick before I pack it up. There's some surprises in this box for the person who's going to, so I'm not going to be uploading this for a few days, so hopefully, well, not hopefully, by the time this goes up, she will have received all of these things, so yeah. So this customer lives in Mexico, and apparently the Mexican post is super unreliable, so she needed the package or the head sent back by DHL. And I got an alarm going off. 1 second. Dismiss. Okay. The alarm was to ship this stuff. Anyway, so the Mexican post is apparently super unreliable. So she wanted to ship by DHL, and I got a quote for this like 1 pound package for $92, and that's with a 25% discount for signing up for an online account with them. The quote said if you go into the store to ship, it was $120 to ship 1 pound package from northwestern U.S. to Mexico somewhere. I'm not sure where in Mexico. I don't know if that matters or not, but $120, that's nuts. So anyways, the reason that's relevant is she sent me one head initially, and then I started making the corsets, and she saw those in my videos here and wanted to commission a corset, and then she decided she wanted to buy a second corset, and then she decided she wanted to send me another head, which she purchased from somebody, I don't remember where, I don't remember, someone not in Mexico. So she had the person she bought it from send it directly to me so that I could paint it and then ship it back with her other things. And then she added a wig to the order. So we're now up to 2 heads, a wig, and 2 corsets. And it's all going back in the same package, so that giant shipping charge is really going to be worth it because she's getting a whole bunch of cool stuff. So anyways, I'm just getting that all packed up to ship off in the morning, and I wanted to show you everything before I did that. I mean, I know every time I try to show face-ups, you can't really see anything. And if you're following me on Instagram, you've already seen all of these. Posted all these today. I haven't done haven't uploaded the second corset pictures yet, but the rest of the stuff you've seen. So this is a leek rolled Ashley. This is the original head that she sent me. And apparently this one came from oh shoot. It's Malgavita? I think there's a B in there somewhere. I'm sorry, I don't know exactly your name off the top of my head or how to pronounce it. I follow you. Malgavita or something like that? Gosh, I don't know. Anyways, apparently she bought this girl from her and then sent her to me to paint. So that is number 1. And then this is a mini flam head that I just finished painting, and then that's the wig I made too, which I think turned out quite nice. As I was talking about with the Pasha wig I've been working on, short haircuts are super hard, and I think this one turned out really nice. This was a little more challenging even. Oops, it's not quite centered. A little more challenging because it needs a little bit of sticky tack or something to hold it nice and firmly in place. But it was a little challenging because mohair, same as on top here, which is got this a lot of natural curl. So when you cut it short, it doesn't really want to lay nice and smooth. You still see some of that curl. So that was definitely challenging. But overall, I'm real happy with how it turned out. This piece here is sticking up a little. I should gel that down before I ship it. So, but she sent me a reference photo that I used for that. So he's got the she actually, I guess the character's a girl, got this undercut, and then the top all kind of swoops forward here. And yeah, I'm super happy with how that turned out. If you saw on Instagram, she was hiding a scar under here, because you can see it there, barely a scar there. I'm super stupid and I had the wig finished, and I was going back in and cutting it, and I had like a pair of scissors, and I went and scratched the face up. The head's fine. It's just a little surface scratch. It's definitely just in the face up, but oh my god, you guys, I cannot believe I did that. Like, what a fucking idiot. So I tried covering it, and I didn't like how it looked really covered. So then I thought, well, this hair like swoops forward like this. You know, maybe this character wears their hair like that because they've got a scar they're trying to hide or something. So, you know, I tried to hide the scratch with a scar, which you saw on Instagram. And then, I mean, not just to hide it, not to hide it like from the customer. I painted that on there, and then I didn't seal it or anything, but I painted the scar on there, and then I presented that to the customer and said, hey, this is what happened. What do you think of this? If you don't like that, I'm totally willing to repaint her. But she really liked her face up and didn't want me to repaint her. So, but she also wasn't keen on the scar idea. So what we decided on was to go ahead with a scar, but make it like a super faint, really well healed scar. You can barely see it right there. So yeah, it's barely noticeable, and it's covered by the wig. But I mean, I couldn't send something like that back out to somebody because, well, it's barely noticeable. It is noticeable, and yeah, that's just not cool. So, but yeah, I was completely prepared to just repaint her entirely, but she really liked her face up and didn't want to risk her coming out different. So that was cool. Yeah, so she'll be happy with that. And then, so that was the 2 face-ups and the wig. 2 corsets. This one you've already seen a couple months ago or 6 weeks ago or so. I need to get back into, well, I need to get back into sewing at all. I've not done much sewing lately. Yeah, and I'm definitely have a bunch of projects here I want to finish. I'm including a couple of different lacing options. I had it laced with just this ivory, which looks pretty good on screen. It doesn't match quite as well in person. I wasn't super happy with it, so I'm putting in this one too, which is kind of fun. I like this side here. It's pink with a little brown trim, and then it's brown on the back side with pink edges. So anyway, she can have her choice what to lace that with. And then there's a little like, oops, a little bustly skirt that goes with it. And this is sized for a magic mirror. The fairy line, the chiffon and Sorsha, I think, are the fairies. So she's getting that one. And then she also placed an order for a custom one, and you've seen this a couple of times as I've been in the process of making it. But now it's all finished. That's the black and silver. I should have showed it before I took it off of her, but for some reason it didn't occur to me to record this and upload it later, so I was thinking I wasn't going to do a video. But anyways, we decided not to put anything on the bottom. I know, I think at least a couple of times I talked about trying to figure out what the heck to put on the bottom, but again, she saw that video and said she liked how it looked as is, so told me to not put anything on the bottom. So that's how that turned out. Pretty cute, I think. So with not putting anything on the bottom, I wanted to do some extras because I felt, you know, the amount she was paying for it, and then to not have any kind of a skirt or a couple extra layers of lace and stuff. Like I was expecting to put like at least 2 layers of lace on the bottom. I mean, it doesn't add much materials, but it adds a lot of time to do all that kind of hand finishing stuff. So I felt like it was kind of, she was paying a little more than she should be if it didn't have that. So then I was trying to say, well, what kind of extras can I make? And this other one had this skirt too, so I really wanted to throw in some kind of extras. So what I did was, well, first of all, I mean, this isn't even this is just a piece of a little boa from the craft store, but it looks super cute with that. So I'll send that to her. Then I made a little pair of lace panties to go under it. And this is another one I should have showed you on the doll. These I'm super happy with. And I hand sewed them, which, you know, doesn't seem like a big deal, but if you've been with me for a while, you know I hate hand sewing and pretty much never do it. But it's, you know, stretch fabric, and it was around these tiny leg holes, which I just thought it was going to be entirely too hard to try to get that into the machine. So I hand sewed it, and it really turned out great. I'll have pictures up on Etsy, not Etsy, pictures up on Instagram here in a couple of days, or within a couple of days. Maybe tomorrow I'll get those up. I'd get the face-ups up today, but of course it's tomorrow. So anyways, that looks super cute on her big booty. And then the last thing I made is another thing you've seen on Instagram already. A little pair of stockings, which, you know, don't look like anything on camera. I really should have dressed the doll again, redressed her before I did this video, but anyways, yeah, they just look like little worms here, but they're actually cut to the shape of her very shapely, very curvy legs. Yeah, you can't tell that at all. And then, so there's a seam that runs up the back of the leg, and so I put on the top of the seam little bows. So it's got the, yeah, seam up the back with the little bows on the backs of the thighs. And it's so cute, and I love it. So, go look. Well, I suppose by the time I put this video up, I will have already put the photos up on Instagram, so. Oh yeah, I suppose I also need to wait to put the photos up until she gets the package, because I wanted these things, well, that too I guess, but that's not really anything big, but I wanted these things to be a little surprise for her, so. Anyways, that is everything. It's been, I think it's been like 2 months since I got the first piece here, the first head. Yeah, so I'm glad to be closing up this commission and sending these things out. I start getting really antsy when I've got someone else's things here for longer than I should, you know. When I start getting towards the end of my estimated time, yeah, I start getting really antsy about I need to get this stuff back to people, so really glad to be sending this all on, and super appreciative of all of this work she sent my way. I mean, seriously, this was like my rent for the month. Well, maybe not that much. Yeah, not quite that much, but yeah, seriously, it was really great to get all the work, and I had fun doing these little corsets and the stockings, and the wig was a fun challenge. Hadn't done a style like that before, really, so yep, had a lot of fun with this one, and I'm pretty sure she's probably watching this, so Liz, thank you so much. You are, oops, shaking the camera, you are really awesome, and I super appreciate you, and you know, next time you need a batch of stuff done, I'm game. So yeah, anyways, yeah, I guess that's all I gotta say about that. I'm gonna get this packed up and shipped, so thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.